Hello, young people of Asia and the Pacific. Welcome to another episode of our podcast series covering the Regional Youth Forum of the Pre-Asia Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development held in Bangkok, Thailand. Today, we will be hearing from a young man from the Pacific. He will be giving us his insights about education, heritage, the youth, and the Sustainable Development Goals. But before we continue, please make sure to click that subscribe button on YouTube and put some comments too. Also, like the ACT2030 Alliance page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ACT2030, at @arrow_women, @_youth lead. Also, don't forget to use our official hashtags, hashtag APU2030 and hashtag WeAre2030.
My name is Fale and I'm from the Pacific Youth Council in New Zealand and Samoa. So we're especially interested in accessibility, particularly for those outside of the mainstream schooling system and how to get them on board. But we're also looking at the quality of education and whether it matches the future of our economies and whether young people are actually equipped with the skills to enter the workforce at pace. So it's an ongoing challenge. I think the international pressure is very helpful because it encourages local politicians to take education and development more seriously. But it's also about politicians understanding that in order for these goals to be met, they all need more money and more resources in particular. So I hope that local politicians can take advice from the international community by exploring more opportunities to kind of improve the resourcing allocated to development. There are challenges, but there are also a lot of strengths. I mean, indigenous communities, for example, have always been very conscious of the impact of the environment, and they've always been very careful to recycle. They don't produce a lot of waste. They're also very, very conservative in terms of how they use and value the resources from the environment. So I think we can learn a lot from culture. But also in terms of the challenges that culture represent, it's also about having those conversations together as a community so that our priorities are the same, because usually we're competing with different priorities and that's where the tension lies. So if we can just underscore what makes us similar and the common ground, then we can go forward together. But if we're constantly reminded of our differences, then that's why the challenges are so severe. Well, I think young people represent the future, and so it's important for us to be on the table today so that when that future arises, we are ready and capable to bring about the change that we wish to see in the world. I also think that young people are deliberately excluded from development, education, healthcare, and all the other issues as well. And so our involvement is about turning that around and from the bottom up, because traditionally we often start at the top, and that's a proven failure. So in order for the development goals to be met, we need to be starting from the bottom. Well, I think young people are the most diverse generation in the history of mankind, and so it's about using diversity as a source of strength to build communities up from the ground and also to eliminate the traditional barriers that have been in front of us and have been hindering progress and prosperity. And young people are more mobile, young people are more open-minded, young people are more energetic, young people are more progressive and more liberal, and those are the values that we're looking for to build a brighter future. And young people are able to do that very successfully. I have a lot of faith in us.
Thank you so much for joining us today. To know more about the Asia Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development, please visit arrow.org.my. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, ACT2030. This has been Anthony. Have a great day. This podcast was brought to you by the ACT2030 Philippine Alliance.